que é projeção astral? O que é projeção astral? Então, normalmente as pessoas...
What is astral projection? Well, usually, people define it as the act of having the astral body leaving the physical body, or the disconnection between the physical and the astral body. I don't think this is very coherent, because the consciousness... Let me explain something. There is the physical body. The astral body is inside it. And there is the mental body, that is inside both of them. Okay, so, there are three vehicles, one inside the other. Your consciousness expresses itself in one of these vehicles. So, it's a matter of knowing which vehicle it is using. For example, if I am talking, my consciousness is in the physical body. All right, but if I move it to the astral body, I will probably start to have clairvoyance and start seeing the astral world. So, it's obvious that if you move the consciousness to the astral body, you are already having what we call astral projection. Now, with this astral vehicle, you can go anywhere you want. So, this would be astral projection is when your consciousness is in the astral vehicle, out of the physical body. Maybe there are other explanations. I don't like to restrict ideas because we learn every day. Anyway, the astral projection will produce in you, at the moment you are about to leave the body, some sensations. I remember when I was a child, lying in bed, I covered myself with a sheet to avoid mosquitoes' bites. Can you imagine? I used a sheet to cover my face and my entire body. I looked like an Egyptian mummy. It was interesting because I left the body, crossed the sheet, and saw everything. You see everything. When your consciousness moves to the astral body, you see everything. I saw many images, a noise that sounded like millions of bees, the body stayed stiff, you start hearing things in the distance, a lot of things. That's what happened. This is what happens to someone who experiences an astral projection with all process. When you have more experience in astral projections, you go directly to the place you want to visit. You don't have all the process and signals when leaving the body, and neither the signals when returning to the body. We feel like when we were children, that feeling of falling down. You feel falling down, and this is because you are returning to the body. Well, great. When you leave the body, you can see better or worse. It depends on your emotional burdens, and it also depends on another fact, your fear. Out of the body, you face the unknown. This is hard. Do you know what I remember? Once, I was at home and suddenly felt a heavy sensation on my chest. It seemed like something was put there. I remember very well. I thought, wow, someone put a cement bag on my chest. That pressure on my chest. I was leaving. When you are leaving, you may have this sensation. When I was leaving, I heard a loud scream. My mother had an ancestor altar at home, a Japanese ancestor altar. This place had a non-stop spirit chatting. They laughed too, you know? Endless chats. Chats of spirits that have nothing to do at 11 p.m. Then, I heard a scream while leaving the body. I left and went to the altar. I floated to the altar. When I was there, I saw the whole group. I observed them and thought, what a strange thing. Because they stay like us here, together, talking. Then I decided to call my mother. Imagine if this is a story to tell without being burned by the Inquisition. I thought, I have to call my mother. I'll return to my body and call my mom. When I turned, she was behind me. She asked, "What do you want?" That was her way. "What do you want?" I said, "Mom, look at this." She answered, "Every night is like that, my son." Family meeting. I said, "But Mom, there's a lot of noise." And she said, "Every night I pass by to say hello to them. One day we will be with them." I said, "No Mom, I won't." Were you in the physical body? I was in my astral body. I was in my astral body, talking to my mother and watching the spirits. Both of us in our spiritual bodies. Oh, your mother too? Yes, she was. She had the ability to see spirits and have astral projections. She never told my father. He only discovered that after her death, when he decided to learn astral projection to talk to her, and I taught him. Now, he doesn't need it anymore because he is dead too. He's on the other side dealing with his own things, and I hope he is doing well, although I believe we are confronted by our emotional difficulties, so there is no point in thinking we will rest. This is what happened, a lucid astral projection. That altar made me have many astral projections, until it was removed because there was a lot of chatting. A lot of chatting. Some food was put there for the ancestors, like salt, rice, and some drinks that could be. There was an idea of putting sake, because it was a Japanese altar. But I remember one day my mom told me, "Not sake, my son. Let's offer something that this group really drinks. A shot of kachika." I said, "Mom, this is very strange." She said, "It's not strange at all. We are in Brazil." And she put, instead of salt, rice and sake, she exaggerated. She put rice, beans, those things, Brazilian things. And I remember one day, we were eating and she said, "Oh, somebody is asking me." She was eating a pork chop. "Ah, someone is asking me." She got a piece of the pork chop, took it to the altar, put there and said, "Make yourself at home, you can eat it." I kept looking and saw a spirit approaching. I didn't see it clearly, only a shadow. I said, "That guy is going to eat it on the other side. So he must be very primitive. Because if you need to eat on the other side, if you need to smoke, to breathe, if you need to do anything on the other side, you are in a bad condition. Really primitive." This is very interesting because when you have lucid astral projections, you start realizing that this body here has needs that we could get rid of. Eating solid food, breathing, for example.
Would you like to participate in a work of energy giving from afar that is benefiting thousands of people? Click on the link below for more information.